Okay, let's see, make this as brief as possible. So this is the, ignore that, that's something else entirely. This here is basically the start. As you can see, it's all in a grid formation basically. The wires now it's all running through, looks like a mess, but for, I can't say simplicity's sake, but basically for blueprints, basic connectivity, uh, the way these are connected, so when I do move this around and it grids, also I won't say it doesn't snap the grid, but it snaps next, basically lines it up. I'll show you just now. All these line up, so they won't, like if I put this straight on one side and I move over or whatever, or rotate, those will flip, and obviously you copy doubles and shit. I've had it before. So it's quite a large, I think it's, like I said, it's a 9 by 9, so if I look around about here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then obviously there's one extra on each end, so that's 9. Get rid of that. Oh yeah, I got max rate calculator, so basically what that does is if I want to check what the production is of something, I think you've used it before as well. Very useful. But yeah, so still busy with this whole grid system. Right now the foundation is down, the actual rail system. My general rail system at the moment is only a twin, 1 and 1. So if there's a train along the way that's stopped, wherever, and blocking the path, yeah, it's going to cause an issue. I've had once or twice where I've had, because each train station can accept 2 trains per, and I got I think it's called the max train limit or something like that. So then basically I've got a holding zone for the next set, because I can't have this run empty, because when this runs empty, this runs empty, production down the line, and then things stop. So I had to have basically waiting system. I had to expand my original or offloading was this. This is an old system. Now it's very small and compact. It just needed to be 2 output, but the new one runs a bit better. It's also still 2 output, but it's a 4 carriage train. So running on that. I will eventually upgrade all that, but at the moment instead of upgrading and shifting and then carrying on upgrading the whole time, I'm going to actually start switching over to this. Because the grid system sort of, that can now have like the smelting grid. Each one of these is a full input or output on full production. So yeah, 45 is actually over, but yeah, so that's basically the full output regardless. And while I'll have those, like I'll have the smelteries only in one grid, and then right next to it I'll have a offloading zone for that smelteries. So you can offload and obviously have the trains and shit like that. So wherever I put grids down, grids around it, I'll add and so on. Just ignore that. There's a part that needs to be placed down I kind of missed, but I'm not going back there now. Those are the walls I've been talking about, where I have the trains offload as I need. Now there's my oil, there's the flamethrowers. By the way, everything is HD in terms of graphics, because I only got a texture pack or resource or whatever it's called. It was made with machine learning or some fancy shit, but basically every texture is more high depth. Background, it is slightly better, but everything like item wise and everything is pretty high depth itself. In any case, back to the grid system. So this is still the old one. I haven't actually upgraded this. Okay, the reason why it's not snapping to the original, to this, is because whenever you build, it's not actually relevant to the actual world grid for the blueprints. So you'll see that however I move it, if we check, you'll see a lot of the dots when I go up and down, you'll see they don't actually move around. So I actually like improvise and make sure that when I do that, on this center island here, none of the stuff that I built, everything had to be mirrored in geometric, basically. So that's why it took me a while to build this grid system. So when I take that down, this will be the new placement of grid. So wherever I place it, and even if I go around and round, rotating won't do a thing except for like center. Ignore that dot there. I think I need to remove that. That's a chest. There's a chest of wood. I've kind of got to remove that. It's from the forest that I cleared out. But yeah, basically the only thing that's not geometric is in the center. You'll see in the center there, you can see something That's the radar. The radar is not even. It's a 3x3 instead of a 4x4, which is a pain in the ass. So yeah, so I can rotate around, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, so that's the whole grid. Like I said, I'm still not finished with this. Still got a lot to do. See what else is there. I need to. I know there's something else. I probably need to change these up a bit. They're a bit too close. I've kind of realized that if a train does stop, like say here, for example, or wait, no, this is going out. This is the coming in route. If a train is stopped here, there's no. If a train is behind it coming through, it can't switch over, or whatever the case. But I might keep it like that because it's efficient. Like if a train comes down this line and they say the bottom track is blocked, it'll go to the outer one, and then if it needs to turn for tough shit, it'll just go around and come around the other way. Either or. They'll just reroute basically, hopefully. So yeah, so that's what that is for, is basically to just reroute trains to go one way or the other, regardless. Still need to change up the signals, because you've got the two types. One is for smart signaling, but not really, but these are the dumb signals. So I need to change that up a bit to move things around, and yeah, pretty much it.